So my name's Helen Green. I've been an ADMO nurse for 3 years, working on the ADMO Nurse Dementia Helpline for the past 6 months. One of the questions we're frequently asked is about getting a diagnosis of dementia and the importance of getting a diagnosis, the process of getting a diagnosis, and quite often how you can encourage someone to get that diagnosis when they're very, very reluctant. The importance of getting a diagnosis is that quite often memory problems and some of the symptoms associated with dementia can actually be caused by a number of physical health issues that are easily treatable, easily resolvable, or perhaps other mental health issues such as depression. The other benefits of getting a confirmed diagnosis is that then there are support agencies that are available, whether that's through benefits or social support groups. Having a confirmed diagnosis can help people plan for the future, make adaptations so that they can maintain their independence, maintain their current level of well-being, and get support and assistance from family members. The process of getting a diagnosis does start with seeing a GP. And what a good GP will do is initially a full physical health screen, so whether that's blood tests, a urine analysis, just checking there's not an underlying infection or other physical health issues, particularly a vitamin deficiency. So those blood tests, those urine analysis, possibly chest x-rays can rule out other conditions. The next step then, quite often a GP will do a fairly basic memory test to test the person's cognition and ability to retain information. If the physical health screen determines that there's no health issues and the kind of brief memory test indicates that there is a problem, then usually there will be a referral on to a secondary service, whether it's a memory clinic or a consultant psychiatrist. At that stage there will then be more in-depth memory testing, possibly a CT scan so that they can see if there's any changes in the brain. That process does take a good couple of months, and quite often the referral to the secondary service can take between 6 to 12 weeks, so it is quite a lengthy process. And in terms of supporting people who are reluctant to get a diagnosis, I think the first step would be to ask them why. And quite often it can be the fear of the unknown and the fear of getting that diagnosis, and so the reassurance of it, quite often it's not dementia, and even if it is, it's not the end of the world. We can put things in place, we can support you through it. Sometimes people don't recognise that there's an issue, so sometimes people forget what they've forgotten, so that conversation about, well, I saw that this happened and I've noticed that this has happened, and we've forgotten incidents. Also asking the person what their fears are, what their concerns are about anything that they've noticed. Ultimately, if despite these conversations the person is still refusing to see the GP, what I would advise is to either write to the GP or email to the GP and express your concerns to them. And although the GP has a duty to maintain confidentiality, the General Medical Council says they also have a duty to take on board relatives' concerns and relatives' wishes. And in my experience, quite often the GP will be happy to either do a home visit or to request the person come into the surgery for a general check-up and kind of informally assess the person's memory and capacity at that appointment.